So if you haven't seen the new Halo Infinite multiplayer overview, you should go watch it. But in my opinion, after watching that video on the Halo YouTube channel, I believe without a doubt Halo has massive potential to become the king of multiplayer gaming for at least the next decade. Okay, first of all, the gameplay. It looks super tight, super polished, super fun, but also balanced. Check this out. Equipment and armor abilities are back, but they are how they should be, which is map pickups. Halo Reach and 4 failed by not making armor abilities map pickups like they were in Halo 3. Now, Halo 5 was a step in the right direction, but ultimately, the abilities and equipment are fun, just not when you spawn with them right away. Halo Infinite is rectifying this. Now, for something a little more obscure, Sprint. If you aren't a Halo head like me, then you won't know about this, but Sprint is a hotly debated topic in the Halo community ever since it was introduced in Reach, like 10 years ago. See, Halo used to have its own flow to the gameplay in the original trilogy. When Sprint was introduced, this threw a wrench in it. The thing was that without Sprint, you always had your gun at the ready and you could move in all directions while doing all actions. In Reach and 4, you had a delay before you could attack. Halo 5 kind of fixed this by letting you attack instantly out of Sprint with only the Magnum, but all the other guns had a little delays. So this makes more sense in the context of Halo 5, as truly Halo 5 is the ultimate sweaty arena game, but not so much a Halo game. Now, I was a part of the no sprint camp until I saw this. Attacking instantly out of sprint completely fixes all the problems of sprint, genuinely, but also allows for the extra movement options to be there, like slide jump, which is quite fun in Halo 5. Ultimately, extra movement will benefit the gameplay of Halo Infinite, and the movement of Infinite, it looks fun. Okay, second, the Battle Pass. Halo Infinite is taking the philosophy from what they learned from Halo MCC Battle Pass, which so far has still not been done in any other game. When you purchase a Battle Pass, it is yours forever. When a new season comes out, it will not be taken away, and you can just keep working on it. So, let's say you aren't into the new season, or take a break. You can just jump right back into working on your old Battle Pass. The best part is that you can purchase any Battle Passes that you missed. So if you come into the game a year later, or you took a break, you can work on everything that you missed. This completely eliminates FOMO, the fear of missing out. It's gone. No other game with a Battle Pass does this. It's excellent. So third, customization. The Reach customization is finally back, and when new players jump in, they will understand that Halo has the best customization of any multiplayer FPS to date. None do it quite as well as how Halo Reach did it back then. You can customize every piece of your Spartan and even have cool weapon skins. Now, if we could have playable elites, that would be even better. Now fourth, the multiplayer. This is a standard multiplayer. Let that digest. Okay, this is a standard multiplayer. This is not some stupid ass battle royale. You know, the same game, but a different coat of paint. This is a multiplayer experience which goes beyond battle royale. You know, you got your game modes. Halo has Slayer, Team Slayer, Oddball, Assault, Capture the Flag, King of the Hill, Territories. and this is just in 4v4. There are also Big Team Battles versions of these game modes, and by the way, Halo Big Team Battle is going to be 24 players. Let's go! There are also casual game modes, which BTB by itself is pretty casual since there's so many players, but there's also Infection, Fiesta, Griffball, and party games in the Action Sack category. But check this out, custom games is like a low-key star of Halo gameplay, games like Fat Kid and Duck Hunt. And this is going to be completely free to experience in Halo Infinite. So you can see, like, there's going to be so much more to do than your typical free-to-play FPS game. On top of consumer friendliness, it's going to be free-to-play. Like, this is nuts. Fifth, Forge. I can assume that Forge will be a part of the multiplayer side of Halo. Now, for anyone who doesn't know about Forge, Forge is a map maker. It started out pretty basic, but with every game, it got a lot better. And in Halo 5, you can do scripting to make cinematic events or even crazy shit like a Destiny raid fight. And it was confirmed that in Halo Infinite, they're gonna make it even better. Yo, like, this is just me speculating, but if they can let us put in AI, then we can make our own levels. The replay value of that would be absolutely bonkers. Forge is just gonna be another reason why people will stay, just for making maps. I remember before Forge even came out on MCC, we had to mod it into the game. I would spend like 6 hours just working on maps. It's a good time. So 6, Noob Friendliness. So the movement looks like it's going to be pretty familiar to other shooters, but it's going to retain the core Halo identity. In fact, the sprint speed is actually not that fast, which is good. But besides this, they're introducing a tutorial / practice area with bots for the first time in Halo. This means that anyone jumping in for the first time can get a good grasp of how the game will flow, and for vets like me, we have an environment to either warm up or experiment before we hop into games. 7, the single player. So the single player is going to be an open world experience. We have yet to see how good they will make it because there are examples of mediocre open world games. But if it's good, then that is another piece of content to sink your teeth into on top of the multiplayer. And as an open world type of game, that's something that you can just make expansions for in the future. They could take us to different parts of the ring or different planets like Reach or St. Helios, you know, Elite expansion, yeah. And the story can also be quite good. Listen, I understand Halo 5 was not a good story, but Halo 4 was a good story, and so was Halo Wars 2. Hey, Atriox is the best villain ever introduced into Halo. They can do good things here, all right? Lots of potential. And here's where I'm going to bring it together. The reason why I brought up the single player in a multiplayer video is because Game Pass costs $10 a month, okay? And if it's your first month doing it, it's going to be $1. So for a very cheap price, you're going to have, granted, if it has to be good, but if it's good, then this is going to be a cool Halo single player experience on top of all this multiplayer content, okay? Halo Infinite is setting itself up to have tons of content. So consider what I've said here. Granted, the launch must have everything it needs. We don't need another Halo 5 launch, but if Halo Infinite has everything it needs, then every update will just be introducing new stuff, like playable elites. But hey man, that's all I had to say on this topic. I'm honestly very excited. I just hope that it's good. That's all I can ask for, that it's a good game, a good Halo game, and that we get playable elites later on. Hey, if you watched this whole thing, thank you. I appreciate that. You're taking your time out of your day. And that's it.